Hey, this is Steve, and right now we're going to do a short video, actually one in a bunch of series of videos on adrenal fatigue, because in the 17 years I've been helping people with their health, this issue comes up more and more and more and more. In fact, I first heard Dr. Steve Nugent, past president and president emeritus of the American Naturopathic Medical Association, explain this issue years ago. He had at one time had the busiest naturopathic practice in the country, and said, you know what, he goes, adrenal fatigue, or hypoadrenia is what he called it, is one of the most underdiagnosed things in the country. And here's what I found is that if you're trying to recover your health and you've got adrenal fatigue, there are emotional and physical and lifestyle choices that are coming together to lead you to being stressed out. And if you don't make some basic changes in your life, adding margins, changing how you interact with life, you can spend a whole bunch of money and time trying to recover your health, if you ever can. Okay. If you don't change kind of how you interact with life, you can't recover your health, no matter how much money you're spending on supplements and how many doctors you're visiting. Now, fortunately, good news is if you do make some small changes, add a few very effective supplements to your diet, identify the emotional causes of why you are just acting like a crazy person, you can see some real dramatic changes in your life and your health. Now, here's a lot of times what I ask people. Let's first talk about what some of the symptoms of hypoadrenia are. A lot of times people with hypoadrenia, they fall asleep at night, but they can't wake up. They wake up in the middle of the night and they can't go back to sleep. Stand up too fast, you get dizzy. Cold hands and feet. Tired noon to 4 in the afternoon, and a lot of times awake in the middle of the night. And noon to 4 in the afternoon, you're either using sheer willpower or some sort of stimulants to make it through. People with worn out adrenals are also not able to handle stress as well as they should. And a lot of times that leads to depression, anxiety. You seeing a change in the texture and density of your hair. I think we already talked about cold hands and feet. A lot of times there's an increase in allergy issues as well. One other simple way that you can see if you've got adrenal failure is by getting a foot reflexology chart and looking on the foot reflexology chart on, if these are feet, okay, there's a spot here and a corresponding spot here on both feet that if you push it, it's going to be really sore, to the point of like, I push each part of the foot similarly, and when I get to here, you go, ow, that's sore, and I push here the same, you go, that doesn't hurt, but ow, that's sore, you must be pushing her. No, I'm not pushing her. I had one woman whose adrenals were so worn out that I was using my pinky gently, and she'd go, ow, ow, ow. I'd be like, honey, I'm pushing the same here as I am here. And it was a clear indication that her adrenals were shot. If your adrenals are shot and you're completely wearing yourself out, you're like in my humble opinion, you're the poster child for someone who's going to get a major illness, autoimmune situation, just totally whacked out health issues. So that's just a bit about what hypoadrenia is. A lot of times, people with worn out adrenals, you know what? You're the type A personality go-to person. Something needs to get done, you do it. You're sick, not feeling well, not a problem. Your house is still clean. You take on more responsibility than is actually yours. You'll find a lot of times in your shoulders. If I go like this on your shoulders, you're like, ah, that hurts. And I'm barely pushing. Here's where you're carrying more burdens than you really need to. You got a lot of tension here. All of a sudden, boom, you're getting headaches, splitting headaches. You're taking pain medication. Look, you're not suffering from lack of pain medication. You're carrying too much stress here. You got to relax. You got to quit taking responsibility for stuff that's not actually your responsibility. So again, this is just the first video in a series of videos where we're going to be talking about what it means to be stressing out, stressed out, adrenal fatigue, hypoadrenia, whatever you want to call it. Really what it looks like, how to deal with it effectively, some of the consequences of not dealing with it effectively. We're going to be recommending some supplements that I found out that work phenomenally well for this. You could spend $400 or $500 a month on some supplements and get decent results, or spend $70, $80 a month and get even better results. You just got to know what supplements to use. And I'll also be discussing a bit on how doing coaching helps. And we're in the RV park. My dog's trying to eat the neighbor's dog, so I better go. Anyways, more on this later.